I'm Sarah Connors. I'm a climate application scientist at the European Space Agency, also known as ESA. Within the realm of climate adaptation, ESA is really on the sort of research and development side. It's a data provider. So the European Space Agency has had these satellite missions that have been launched for decades now, measuring climate change variables that are essential for understanding how the climate is changing around our world. And this data is really useful for research and development, and it's more and more being used and applied for climate change adaptation and looking at how impacts are happening as well. So yeah, we're a data provider. ESA is, as I said, a data provider, so we're always trying to think about how our data can be used to help tackle climate change issues and how we can act against climate change in terms of adaptation and mitigation. One of the projects that I'm involved with is I look at a lot of ocean-related projects, so sea level rise and extreme sea state, so sea waves. And so we're looking at how we can use this data to think about coastal protection and how we can adapt to these extreme storm surges, and how Earth observation data could be used to help protect our coastal communities from the impacts of climate change. So my view is that education and training is essential for helping people feel empowered, actually, to know what they should do or what they can do, really, in this climate change issue, this massive issue that everyone is facing. I think the more you become informed, the more you are educated, not just about the problems. It's good to explain, how serious this situation is, but educating people about the solutions and what they can do, what their governments can do, what their city can do. I think that's the way that you help people go beyond feeling powerless or it being an overwhelming situation. You can actually feel okay, so I can start doing this, or I can ask my government to do this, and I know that my city is actually taking action and having these projects that are going to help protect us in the future. So I think education is massively important. This is the first time I've joined an ECCA conference, so it's really nice to be here after hearing so much about it from my colleagues. And what I really like about this conference is that there's so much reporting back on all the different projects and all that on-the-ground stuff that's actually happening. And I find very inspiring seeing all these examples of what's happened and what's working. From the European Space Agency's point of view, it's nice to see all these different good case studies and the way we can learn from, get our lessons learned. So then what do we know how to do next? How can we scale that up? How can we think about this with respect to climate services and making this more, going beyond just the case study level, but on a more systemic way. So yeah, I've really enjoyed that part of the conference.